Hey, agency owners, wanted to talk to you today about defining your scopes of work, your SOWs, to allow for you to have appropriate client expectations. So, one of the key fundamentals to having a solid and good client relationship is having them understand exactly what they're going to get, when, and how. And when they have a false expectation or the expectation is set higher or the expectation wasn't set at all and they have to make it up on themselves to determine exactly how they're going to end up getting your service is where things do tend to go astray and where you tend to lose clients. So I'm going to take a step back even before the expectation process, but even just having an understanding of how exactly you function for that service in the first place and having an understanding of how things work. And I know that one of the key objections that I get when I talk about setting up a process for a creative job or a creative service is that it's so difficult to have an understanding of how something from a creative standpoint is gonna take, that I don't know whether it's gonna take 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't know if it's gonna be in the middle of a workday that I'm gonna come up with an idea, but I'm gonna fight against that. And that even for creatives, I know that you do thrive as a basic, just even species level. Human beings thrive with structure. We thrive in a tribe, we thrive with structure, and so do you. Even creatives thrive with structure, whether it be your creative process, whether it be a process by which you go through to actually implement and deliver service, how you deliver everything, but having an understanding of what happens step by step in the delivery of your service to your clients. And when you have that process defined, you can then better define it to your clients. So if you don't have it defined, I do highly recommend that you spend some time, go through the exercise of defining step by step how you actually go from signed contract to delivered service to your client, so that you can actually define exactly what and how you're going to work with that client from the very beginning, even in that sales conversation that you have with them. And when you have that defined process in the beginning, you're able to include a more defined and detailed scope of work that allows for you to limit scope creep better. It allows for you to have a better understanding with the client. It allows for the client to have an expectation of exactly what's going to happen and when, so you end up with a happier client. And just to go through sort of base piece of what I was just explaining, right, is that not only are you going to have happier clients, you're going to have less thwarted process within your business, which creates better efficiency, which leads to better margins. So if you go through and define your process and have defined scopes of work, you're going to have better margins, happier clients, happier team members, and a happier agency owner. It's a win-win for everyone. Please spend the time to do it. I know that it feels like it can be a daunting task. If you need some help going through it, please feel free to reach out, have some exercises that I can help step you through exactly how to go about documenting your process within your agency.